Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to explore this programming platform, Progate. So I heard that this platform is very good for learning basics and beyond the basics. So without any further ado, let's hop in. If you're interested in knowing the history of this Progate, it is actually a startup by a 20-year-old Japanese boy. I don't know his name, but I'll show you somewhere in this video. Okay, it has 1.4 million users. It's launched not much time ago, but maybe around 2-3 years only it was launched. So it is very good because firstly, I love this guy. He's very cute. I love this platform. Then they actually use some illustrative slides, and of course, we know image says more than 1,000 words. They use slides, and the most important thing, they actually adopted this hands-on learning method. So you don't need to read much, like articles on random pages, such sites. They're actually promoting code more than you read, and of course, certificate of completion. Now, I don't think the certificates are for free plans. So enough talk. Let's just hop into one of its courses. Now there is some plans, but of course we'll go to the basic plan only. There are also pretty good courses in the basic plan also. Okay, let me just quickly log in. Okay, I have actually level 4 because I actually started doing some of the courses. Don't worry, you won't miss anything because I will start from scratch only. Let's just see what's the shortest thing that you can do. What's important, what's the hot trend today. Yeah, of course, Python, but they cannot do it. It's very big. The video will be very long then. How about command line? Linux is very famous these days. Most of the people uses Linux. Let's just start this lesson only. So they are saying estimated time 15 minutes. We will see how far we can go. I'm not planning on completing the whole course right now, but let's see. The command line is an essential tool for software development. Using commands, you can execute a wide variety of programs on your computer. Let's learn the fundamental Unix commands necessary for development in this course. Throwing a lot of jargons. Okay, command line. The command line is a tool for interacting with the computer using text, also known as text interface. There are two types of physical interfaces, command line interface and graphical user interface. In command line interface, you basically type text, and in graphical user interface, you actually perform, there are buttons and clicks, and this Windows is actually a graphical user interface, right? So command line is a tool used for interacting with the computer. Yeah, we know that, right? That's not very difficult. So in command line, basically we talk to the computer via commands, and in graphical user interface, we actually talk to the computer by using clicks and buttons and all that. Command. We can give instructions to the computer by entering commands into what is called a terminal. Yeah. Okay. Let's start looking what kind of commands are there in the. So basically, if you want to instruct the computer to do something, you type commands, right? As the name suggests, in English language also, command is some kind of instruction or order. So this command will actually instruct computer to do something, and computer will do something. So as I have shown here, this touch actually basically creates a file. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Creating a file. Let's first look at the command for creating a new file. The touch command. You can create empty file by typing touch file name. So yes. So basically, what they're saying is, if you want to create a file, you simply write touch and name the file, and that file will be created. Let's move on. Executing a command. You can execute a command by pressing the enter key after typing it. Yeah, we type the command and then press enter, so the computer will be instructed what to do. Now this is the best part, coding. Open the command line course. Okay, terminal. Using the touch command, create a file named beginner.txt. Okay, remember to press the enter key, of course. Create a file is the wrong name, you can delete it. Okay, so there is a file structure. Whatever will create will be created here. Let me just show you. So what was the command? The command was touch, and whatever the name of file you want, you simply write this name. Let me just. So this touch is the command, and whatever we write after that command will be the file name. Let's just press enter. Now you can see that name.txt is created. So we don't want. We want something like this, beginner.txt. Let me delete it. Okay, delete it. So what they want to create a file name beginner.txt. So the command was touch, and and after touch we write the name of the file. We want beginner.txt. Okay, and press enter to execute the command. Cool. Let's confirm the file structure. Yeah, okay. The beginner.txt file is created. Let me just submit it. That was easy, right? So if you want to create a file using command line, now instead of that right clicking and new file thing, you can actually use the touch command. You can also display the content of a file with the cat command. The cat command, you can actually display the content of a file. Okay, simple. The touch was basically used to create a file, and this cat will be used to display the contents of the file. See? So cat file name will basically display whatever is written in that file. Let's move on. Error of a command. Okay, if you specify the file that does not exist using cat command, of course, if that file needs to be created, otherwise you get an error. Tab completion. It's a very good thing. What they have said, the command line is also a useful completion feature. Every command line provides, even Windows PowerShell also provides, as far as I know. Like an image below, if you press tab key entering the file name, yeah, of course, if you are typing cat and the command is expecting you to type a file name after typing the cat command, they're saying if you press the tab key while entering a file name or a folder name, the rest of the name gets autocompleted. Yeah, it improves efficiency. Now let's get back to work. File name about the takes and prepared for you. Okay, let me just open it. Okay, so they actually created this file for us about the txt. Okay, and they want to actually print the content of this file. So what was the command? Cat. What is the file name? About. And we know that if that file is present, we can actually press tab to autocomplete that. So it will, the command line will actually autocomplete for us. It's simply displayed. Progate is a web service where you can run programming online. Cool. Now let's just try to create an error and print a file that doesn't exist. Let's just say anything. Yeah, it throws an error. Cannot open file folder txt, no file directory. Simple. We learned two basic commands. Touch was used to create a file name. Touch followed by the file name and then enter. And cat is used to display the contents of the file. Cat followed by file name. If the file doesn't exist, you definitely get an error. So they actually want the beginner.txt to be edited here, and they want this to be pasted there. Okay. Then they actually want to print the items of that beginner.txt. Okay, cool. So cat followed by the file name. This tab autocomplete. I use the tab autocompletion feature, right? I just type de and press tab. As that file was present, it autocompleted for me. We press enter. Let's go next. Okay, creating a directory. Okay, so directory is simply another name for folder, as they are told. If you want to create a folder, instead of using Ctrl+Shift+N or right click a new folder, we can use this command mkdir. Similar to this touch, after touch we specified the file name, but after mkdir we have to specify the directory name. This is really fun, to be honest. See, they have shown is typing mkdir html and tada! HTML folder is created. Okay, let's move further. What they want to say, let's create a new directory using mkdir command get HTML directory. Remember to press enter. Okay. So what is the command to create a folder or a directory? These are terms used interchangeably. Okay, mkdir and what is the folder name? HTML. Observe here. Okay, the folder will appear. It was easy. Just submit it. File structure. When using the command line, it is important to be aware of the file structure. So file structure simply means how the files are organized, which file is present inside which folder, and so on. It's important to be aware of file structure. In example, we have many branches. For example, the Progate directory. Okay, so there's this main directory in which all the files and folders are located. This is a main folder. Directory or folder, I use these terms interchangeably. Okay, we have this Progate directory, and inside Progate directory we have these two folders, HTML and languages. Plus there are two text files here, and in this languages folder we have this index.txt file. Okay, and they have shown some relation here, parent-child relationship. It simply means as this index is part of this language, this index is actually a child of this language. Current directory. The command line, the directory that you're currently in is called current directory. Yeah, when we are creating files and displaying files, then we need to be having in some directory, right? So that's the thing, we need to know where we are actually exactly. So to know where we are exactly, there is a function. They are not written here. In the next slide there will be. Okay, the touch file.txt will create a file named in the file.txt the current directory. Yeah, let's just say for example we are in this Progate directory. I'm in this Progate folder. If I'm this folder and I'm calling this command touch file.txt, it will simply create a file inside this folder. Okay, Want to create a new file in HTML directory, you can do so by changing the current directory HTML. Simple. If you want to create a file in that particular folder or a directory, we need to go inside that directory. Okay. CD command. The CD command is used to move to other directories. Oh, there's a very beautiful explanation given here. So consider we are in this directory. Okay, so we are in Progate folder, and when I cd space HTML, I go inside the HTML folder. The syntax is given here: cd directory name, short for change directory. Simple. One more thing, if you are typing cd space, the directory should be present inside the current directory. Okay, if a Progate doesn't contain HTML, then it will throw an error. Okay, the current directory. The current directory is displayed to the left of $. So what is left of $? Is basically current directory. So with HTML, the current directory is displayed here. This tilde is a special symbol. Okay, forget about it. Error. If the directory doesn't exist, you'll definitely get an error. Okay. Also note that you can only specify directory name, not the file name. Let's try navigating between directories. The current directory will be in bold in the file structure. Okay, so we are in this Progate folder, so that's why it is bold. Using the cd command, move to HTML directory. Now, while HTML directory is present in this Progate directory, I can move inside it. I can type cd space in the directory which I want to move on, HTML. So I'm in HTML directory. Notice it just got bold here. So we are in the HTML directory. Let's create a new file to confirm that you successfully navigated to HTML directory. So now we are in the HTML directory. Initially we are in Progate directory. Then I use cd command. So the first command, the cd HTML, simply let us go to the HTML directory. Now they want us actually to create a file inside this directory. Now we are in the HTML folder, if you will. So I type touch, and the file name is study.txt. Simple it is, and as you can see, the file is created. So it was simple. We just first navigated. We were in the Progate directory. Then we navigated inside the HTML directory. Let's present the Progate directory using the cd command. I guess we learned touch command used to create a file. Touch followed by file name will create a file with that specified name in the current directory that you are. Then we learned that mkdir command, if you want to create folders, the mkdir folder name will create a folder in that particular directory, then current directory we are. Okay, and we learned the cd command, and yeah, that cat command in order to display the contents of a file. Let me just submit it. The root directory. In the file structure of a computer, when the file structure, it simply means the hierarchy of different files. Okay, the file structure simply represents the hierarchy how files are organized. Okay, in the file structure of a computer, there is a root directory at the very top. So the top file, there must be a top file inside every folder is present, right? The root directory is represented by /, right? Note that the root directory is omitted in the file structure of the exercise screen. Yeah, they are not showing us. So each and every folder is actually present in this root directory. Okay. Now this home is present in this root directory. This Progate folder is actually present in this home folder or directory. Okay. This HTML folder is present in this Progate folder. Language is in this folder. You got the idea, right? Checking the current directory. The command line is important to know the current directory you are currently working in. Yeah, we want to know in which folder we are. So there is a pwd command that they have shown. This pwd command is used to actually show in which directory or in which folder we are currently. Okay, enough information. Let's get to work with the current directory. Okay, so what was the command? pwd. It actually stands for present working directory. So when I write pwd, it will show me the current folder I am in. As you can see, the highlighted is Progate. It will be in that HTML folder. Simple. What they are saying is change the current directory to languages directory and check the current directory. Okay, so I will go into this languages directory. Now if you want to switch between the directory, if you want to go into another folder, you simply write cd and name of that folder, and I actually autocomplete it using the tab. So cd languages. So now I'm inside the languages folder. Now let me again write pwd. It just shows I'm in this directory. So it simply means I am inside the home folder, inside the Progate folder, inside the language. So I'm inside the languages folder, which is present inside this Progate folder, which is present inside this home folder. That's what they're trying to say. So what is the pwd command? It is a short form for present working directory, and it actually shows the current directory that you are. Displaying the content of the directory. Yeah, of course we want to we have shown how to create a file, we saw how to create a folder, we saw the contents of a file, we saw how to navigate to different folders. Of course, we need to show what a particular folder contains. So that's when this ls commands come into play. Okay, what is displayed by ls? Note that the ls command will only be displayed the directories and files that are direct children of the current directory. Yeah, it simply means if we are in this Progate folder and we use ls, then it will only show all the files and folders inside that directory. It won't show the grandchildren. What I'm saying is it won't go more than one level down. Okay, so it just goes through one level. These are his direct children, right? All the files and folders that are directly present inside the directory will only be displayed using the ls command. Okay, let's display a list of files directories in the current directory. Okay, what is the command? ls. I'm inside the Progate folder as it is shown here. So when I type ls, it will show all the contents of all the direct children of the Progate folder. So what are the direct children? Let me just close this drop down. So you see, these are all the direct children of this Progate folder. Okay, so these all will be printed as I am expecting. Let me center here. Yeah, indeed, all the direct children of Progate, all the files that are at first level of this Progate folder are files and folders. First level of this Progate folder are actually printed. Cool. Now move to the languages directory and then run the ls command again. Okay, how will you move to a languages directory? You know it, cd languages. Okay, we are in the Progate folder. Now we want to navigate to the languages folder. With languages, we are in the languages folder now. Again, it wants the list of directories. Now in languages, actually there is only one file is index.txt, so it will be shown. Simple. Okay, next. It's really fun. I'm enjoying it, to be honest. I'm not willing to give up the parent directory. We have learned how to use the cd command, but we don't know how to move the parent directory yet. If you want to move the parent directory, you can use a special symbol dot. Okay, so what they're saying is, let's just say we are inside some folder. So let's just say I'm in HTML folder and I want to move back to this Progate folder. So what I'll do, I'll simply write cd space dot. This dot is actually a special operator, a special symbol if you will, not operator, it's a special symbol that actually represents the parent directory. It will be clear in just a bit. Okay, we'll now move to the parent directory. First, let's move to the languages directory. Okay, so they want us, we are currently in the Progate folder. So inside Progate folder, we know there is this language directory. So they're saying is move to the languages directory. You know this cd languages, so we'll move to the languages folder. The is highlighted here. Confirm that you are in current directory by writing pwd. Okay, it is in current directory inside this languages. This is inside Progate. This is inside this home folder. Okay, now let's move to the Progate directory, which is the parent directory. Now I'm actually inside this language folder. Okay, I can actually type ls here and show you. See the contents of this folder are index.txt. Now, what if I want to move back one step? That is, I want to actually move back from where I came. So it is very simple. Simply write cd dot. What it will do is it will jump back to one directory back. So we actually move back to this Progate now. Let me just type pwd again so it will be more clear. So we are again back to home/Progate. You can see it is also highlighted here. Very simple. This double dot is simply used to go back to the parent directory. Okay, it's a special symbol which represents the parent directory. Okay, I hope you understand, right? If you want to move back to a folder, if you move back to the parent folder, use the cd dot command. So if I'm in the languages directory, if I use dot, I'll move back to the Progate folder. Cool. And there it is. Let's submit it. cd without specifying a directory. If you execute cd without specifying a directory, you can move to what is called a home directory. The home directory is represented by this tilde symbol. Okay, so if you simply write cd without writing anything after it, it will move us to a special directory which is called a home directory. Now don't get yourself confused with this home directory and the home directory. So I'll better call it a base directory. So this is the home directory and I'll call this home directory to be the base directory. Okay, it will clear in just a bit. Don't worry, don't get yourself confused. What I'm trying to say is this tilde is different and this home directory is different. Okay, next, the home directory. The home directory refers to the base directory for the user. See, let me clear this thing to you first. this forward slash is the root directory for all the files and folders in our computer. Okay, so in this case, it will be the Linux server that is hosted somewhere. And the home directory, the base directory, this home directory is simply the root directory for that particular user. But I don't want to discuss much that user thing in detail, but the simple thing is this home directory is simply the base directory for that particular user. Now, if it's your computer, it will be your name. For example, in my computer, I installed Linux and my username is Kathan. So for that, I'll be having a Kathan folder. Okay. So in simple words, this home directory is simply the base directory for that particular user. And this slash is simply the root directory for all the files and folders inside my computer. Simple it is. Okay, so let's complete this exercise. Okay, let's move to the languages directory first. That's what they have said. So what will be the command? It will be simply cd languages. I use the tab auto completion feature. Okay, so here you can see I'm inside the languages folder now, and they have said confirm it by using the pwd command. Simple it is. It shows I'm inside this root directory, then I'm inside this home directory, and then I'm inside this Progate folder, and then I'm inside this languages folder. Simple it is. Using the cd command, move to the home directory. So how did we move to the home directory? Simply write cd and then nothing, and we are in the home directory, and you can confirm that by the tilde symbol. Now, if you remember, the left side of dollar simply represents the current directory that we are in. So as it is tilde, we are in the home directory. Now, what is the home directory for this case? It is simply the Progate. Let's just confirm it by writing pwd. Simple it is. We just submit it. Working with files and directories. From this point, we are going to learn how to perform a variety of operation, moving, copying. Yeah, we are going to basic, creating file, creating folders, moving through various files and folders. What is the file, basic file structure, how files are organized, how to display the files. Okay, that double dot simply represents the parent directory. So of course we need to understand now what is moving, copying, deleting files. Yes. Next, moving a file. Okay, instead of using the Control C, Control V, what if we want to move using commands? Let's start with the command to move a file. For this we use the mv command. Okay, so this move means simply cut operation, Control X if you will. They have shown mv is the command, and then you type the file to move and then the destination directory. Now of course this mv after this file to move should be present in the current directory that you are. Of course, what will be the directory before this dollar? This file needs to be present inside that, or otherwise you can simply provide a file path. Okay, I'm just throwing a lot of information. Simply after mv you pass the file name that you need to be moved, and then you specify the destination directory. That's a beautiful animation given here. When they type mv beginner.txt file to move to destination directory, it moves back to the HTML. Moving a directory. Yeah, we can actually move a directory also. It's not necessarily we can specify the file only. And that's a catch here. The files inside the directory are also moved. With mv command, you can also move the directories, not just files. By entering the mv directory to move destination directory, you can move all files. Simple. So this is the structure. And when I type mv HTML languages, the HTML will move into this language folder along with the beginner.txt. Let's move a file and directory. We'll move a file first. Let's check the files and directories inside the home directory. Okay, plus. So these are the files about the text beginner.txt, and HTML and languages are the directories. Using mv command, move the file beginner.txt. So if I type something like this mv, okay, mv was the command. Then the file to move file was beginner.txt. Tab auto completion. Then where I want to move this file, the HTML directory. Simply I write HTML. And you can see the file actually moved inside the HTML folder. Did you see? This actually changed. Okay, if you don't see, just rewind it. You will see this beginner.txt just jumped into this HTML folder. Confirm with ls command or the file structure that is moved. Let me just write ls here. You can see the beginner.txt just got banished. Simple. Using mv command, move the HTML directory to the home directory, from the home directory to the languages directory. So what they want is, we are inside this Progate, right? So they actually want the HTML to move to this languages directory. So pretty simple. Use the command, directory to move, HTML, and where to move. This is really simple. The HTML actually got moved in this language directory. Simple. There's very simple explanation of MB. Simply after MB you type the name of the file that you want to move, and after that you have to type the destination. Let's come from the ls command. We actually know the directory shows everything. Let's submit it. Renaming a file. This is a very important operation. We can rename a file. MB command which you used to move the files and directories earlier can be also used to rename a file. Okay. You can rename a file using MB old file name, new file. So we simply write old file name, you write MB, then old file name, and the new file name. And same is the case for directory. Let's just give an example here. There's a directory contains two files, beginner.txt and study.txt. And we use the MB command to change the beginner's name to doji.txt. Simple. Now we will rename the beginner.txt. Using the cd command, move the HTML directory. Now, you know this. Pause the video and try it. We have discussed the cd command for a long time now, okay? For me, let me just type it. We are in this Progate directory. I have to go inside this HTML directory. So I have to type cd space languages. I'm inside this languages directory. Then I'll type cd space HTML. I'll go to HTML directory. Okay, this was the standard way, but there is one more way. Let me just go back to the main home directory. You can simply directly write something like this: languages/HTML. So you'll simply say go inside languages folder and go inside the HTML folder. That's not much here, okay? So I'm inside the HTML folder. Okay, next rename the beginner.txt to doji.txt. Now we know what was the command? MB, then old file, then new file name. What was the new file name? doji.txt. MB can be used for two purposes: either moving files and directories or renaming files and directories. Let me just submit it. Okay, I forgot to press enter. Now you can see the name got changed. Now I'll just type ls to demonstrate the change. You can see the beginner.txt is gone. Copying a file. Let's look at how to copy files. We do this with the cp command. Instead of mv that represents move, we have cp for copy. Copy, file to copy, new file name. Simple. They have shown a very good demonstration here. So cp doji.txt, doji.txt. Simply a new file will be created. Its copy will be created. That's what it's happening. Copying a directory. The cp command, you can copy a directory by adding the -r option. Okay, so they're just saying this option simply means some extra information. Okay, this -r is important here. Okay, so cp was our function. We write the directory to be copied, the new directory name. So that new directory, a copy of new directory can be made. But simple cp won't work here. We have to actually include this -r here. That's what they're saying. It's called recursive copy. That is, copy all the contents inside that directory. This cute little whatever. This is also saying don't forget the -r. Okay, you don't understand what our options are. Basically, you can just consider it as they're extra information. Do some extra stuff. Error with the cp command. Now, if you just try to copy the directory without the -r option, it will throw an error. Okay, let's try copying a file and a directory. We'll start with the file. Move to the HTML directory. You know this. We type cd, then I want to go inside languages, then in the language I want to go to HTML. Okay. In cp command, copy doji.txt and create a new file, project.txt. Okay. So what was the command? We simply write cp, then doji.txt, old file name, and new file name, project.txt. Okay, I was trying to autocomplete here, but I forgot I have to specify the name. cp command, old file name, new file name. You can see the project.txt is created. Okay, confirm the project.txt has been created in the ls command or the file structure. Yeah, it is created, right? Also check the cat command or the editor of the project.txt has the same value as the txt. Okay, let me just open here. Let's just practice the functions instead of using the graphical user interface. Okay, so we are in HTML directory cat project.txt. Okay, cat command used to display the container file. Okay, and cat doji.txt. This project.txt is actually a copy of this doji.txt, so both should be contained same contents, right? Simple. Move to the languages directory. Okay, I have to move one step back. So cd, remember, dot. So the dot represents the parent directory. And we are currently in the desktop directory, but we have to go back one step back. So use the start dot symbol. Okay, we are back to the language directory. Using the cp command, copy the HTML directory and create a new directory called Ruby. Of course, for copying also, use the cp command. Then old directory name, and the new directory name is Ruby. But wait, there's a catch. That little animal, what I said, don't forget this -r. It simply tells copy all the things that is inside this HTML. Okay, recursively copy. But remember, we don't require this for that mb command. For mb command, it actually is a mode of all contents without asking us. But in case of copy, we need to specify that. And you can see both of them contain the same content. Confirm with the ls command. Yeah, we'll use commands as much as possible. Okay, let me go inside that HTML directory first. So ls, same file, and I'll go one step back again. ls ruby.a. Okay, simple. It is created. Simple as that. So what is the catch? cp command used to copy files or directories, but if you are copying directories, we have to specify this -r options. What is the syntax? Simply cp, old file name, new file name. For directory, cp, old directory name, new directory name, and as the directory. Just use this -r option, please. Submit. Let's press next. Next, we'll look at how to remove a file. To do this, you can use the rm command, like rm file to remove. To remove file, simply rm file name. So there's an explanation here. There inside this Ruby folder, and I say there is this project.txt, and when I type rm project.txt, the file is removed. Now, of course, if there is for a file, there should be a directory. Now, in this also, if you want to delete a directory, we type rm. After we pass the directory name, and as is a directory, we have to use this -r option. You might be thinking this -r option is too much, but it's not like it. If you think intuitively, it makes sense. This -r simply means recursively delete. So it simply says, okay, remove this folder, but wait, hold on, remove all the things that is inside that folder. Let's remove file and a directory. The rm command, remove the project.txt. Okay, so what they're saying is, go inside this Ruby directory and delete this project.txt file. Now, how will you go inside this Ruby directory? You know this: cd, languages, HTML, then Ruby. Oh, sorry, cd, languages, and Ruby. Just forgot that. Now we're in the Ruby directory. Now what you have to do? You have to simply remove the project.txt. What is the command? rm and simply file name, and it's gone. Let me type ls. Move to the languages directory using the rm command. Remove the HTML directory. Okay, so they're saying to move to the languages. So we are currently inside this Ruby folder. Now we have to actually move back to our parent. So how will you do that? You know that cd dot. So we are in the languages folder now. And what you have to do? You have to delete this HTML directory. Pretty simple. rm command and remove the directory. But hold on, it's a directory. So please perform recursive delete. That is, delete everything inside HTML directory. Okay. And you can see that directory is gone. Let me type ls, and indeed it's gone. Simple it is. Let me submit it. Oh, I guess we are at the end. Oh, I didn't realize. The last exercise is the review of all the commands that you have learned so far. We'll create a file structure like the image below. Okay, so they want to create something like this. The instructions will be given. Before the exercise, there is one last thing we should learn: the command history. Okay, on the command line, when you go to the command history using the up arrow key, this is convenient when you want to use it. Okay, so they're saying is if we use the up arrow key, we can actually go back through. We can see what commands we type. Enough work. Let's get back to work. Oh, there's a hell lot of jobs for us. Let's go step by step. I would recommend you pause the video as soon as you read the question, okay? Because you know most of this stuff. Let's review all the commands by dealing with files and directories. Create a website directory within the home directory. Okay, let me type pwd to see where we are. We are in this home/Progate directory. Okay, so we are in this Progate directory. So what was the function to creating a directory? It was mkdir, right? Mkdir make directory. Because the names of commands are also very intuitive. The directory name is website. Simple, the website directory is created inside this Progate directory. Done. Terminal. Create the top directory within the website directory. Okay, so I have to move inside this website directory. How will we move inside the directory? Website directory. In the right cd website. So I'm inside the website directory now. As it is highlighted, you can see. Now to create a directory within the website directory. How do we create directory? mkdir top. Okay, and a top directory is created. Simple. Now next thing, create a file name top.html and stylesheet.css in the top directory. I want to create files inside this top directory. Then I have to move inside the top directory. cd space top. Okay, now we have to create these two files. What is the command to create the file? It was the very first command that we learned, right? It was the touch command. Touch followed by the file name. File name is top.html. And let me just scroll down here. Top.html is created. What is the second name? Touch style sheet. Okay, style sheet.css. Indeed, both of the files are created. Inside the website directory, copy the top directory and name it about. Currently we are inside top directory, but we actually have to go to the website directory. Inside the website directory and copy this top directory. We have to go one step backward. What was the symbol? cd space dot. So we'll move back one space back. So now we're inside the website directory. Now I actually want to copy the top directory. So what was the function to copy? cp old directory name top new directory name, but hold on, there is one option missing. -r. Copy all the contents of top directory into about directory. Enter. And indeed, an about directory is created containing all the similar files. In the about directory, rename the top.html to about.html. Okay, so I have to go inside the about directory now. Type ls, so there is about directory. Let's move to about directory. cd about, rename top.html to about.html. What was the command for renaming? It was mv, old file name. What is the old file name? Top.html. New file name? About.html. And let me type ls to show you. You can see the top.html is renamed to top.html. Now there's a lot of clutter here. What if you want to actually clear all this thing? They're not discussed here. I don't think so. They have discussed this function, this command, if you will. The function is clear. Okay, if you want to get rid of all the functions that you've written, you can write clear. Okay, the function is clear. Lastly, remove the about.txt file in the home directory. Okay, they want to remove this about.txt. Now we can do one thing. Let me write the pwd. I can write cd space dot 2 times, but there is a direct shortcut, right, to how we can reach the home directory. We simply write cd and we go back to the home directory. Okay, now remove the about.txt file. Removing was simple. rm about.txt gone. That's it. I guess it's done. Oh, I just completed. Oh, so it was a fun ride. I didn't realize how the time went by so fast. You should definitely try this website. It's actually a great website. And as always, thank you for watching. And this is the biggest video I've ever made. So hopefully, if you stick to the end, you did a great job.